Welcome to Durham College's Whitby campus, which is home to about 3,000 full-time students in a variety of program areas, as well as thousands more in part-time and apprenticeship studies.
Our Whitby campus has been under heavy renovations in the past couple years, and an entire portion of the building is what we call energy neutral.
Students at Whitby have access to most of the services right here on campus, and are also available to use facilities at the Oshawa campus, such as the Athletic Center.
The Student Success Center is a place where students can come to study in a quiet environment. I was really worried when I came to college. Would they help me with classes if I was having a hard time? At Durham, we have an entire department dedicated to academic support. If you want a tutor, it's just $10 for 15 hours and 2 courses. That's $1.50 an hour. If you want to help, you can be a paid tutor once you've taken a course and done really well in it. They also run workshops on active listening, note-taking, study habits, stress and time management, and organizational skills. The other thing I found really handy is that they have specialists to help you with your writing, math, and science courses. Remember, these services aren't just for people who are struggling, they're for people who want to excel. The CSD supports equal access for students with physical, visual, hearing, learning, mental health, and medical disabilities. Hundreds of students are provided academic accommodations on an annual basis and in a confidential manner. Please remember that you need to self-identify if you need assistance, and do so as soon as possible. The Learning Commons across from the library contains 75 computers with network access for students with a username and current password. The service desk for ITS and media services is located within the Learning Commons and offers help with general troubleshooting for hardware and software problems, as well as audiovisual educational equipment and DVDs for presentations by students and faculty. And of course, the entire campus is wireless, so if you have a laptop or a personal device, you can access the Wi-Fi from anywhere on campus.
This area is used by the Elevating Devices Mechanics apprentices. These apprentices will eventually service and maintain elevating devices such as elevators, escalators, chairlifts, and moving walkways. The Welding Shop is used by most of our students. As you can see, there are individual vented workstations, so each student can work independently. The following welding procedures are taught here: arc, MIG, and TIG. And also, oxyacetylene welding and cutting, as well as plasma cutting. Let's not forget about metal fabrication. Students receive both practical and theoretical training directly related to the automotive field. During school hours, there are between 40 and 60 post-secondary and apprenticeship students working in this area. The vehicles are donated in this area by dealers and manufacturers. Older model vehicles are used to train the students on disassembly and reassembly procedures. On newer model vehicles, the students learn the latest troubleshooting techniques. But before you get your hands greasy, we're going to test your knowledge on a simulator like this one. This lab is used to train electrical technicians and electrician apprentices the basics of electronics and electronic circuitry. In this program, they'll use instruments such as an oscilloscope, function generator, power supply, and amp and voltmeters. Students learn how to build energy efficient and environmentally responsible residential buildings. They also gain the knowledge required to perform a wide range of carpentry tasks, including the layout and framing of floors, walls, and roof systems, as well as interior and exterior finishes on new construction and existing buildings. The equipment available on site includes a man basket, the inner workings of a crane, and a line cable. Students learn to make safe lifts and have access to computer crane simulators. Students are able to troubleshoot the mechanics of a crane as well as operate it. They use real cranes, forklifts, and people lifts. We also bring in large mobile cranes for part of the year so that students get exposure to the big toys. Students learn to install, maintain, and adjust furnaces and hot water heaters, install gas meters, and ductwork. In this lab, students are exposed to piping practices, hot water systems, air conditioning, ventilation, and refrigeration principles. This house was transported from a lot over in Oshawa right here to our Whitby campus. The house is outdated. It's got what you'd expect in an older home. Old drafty windows, knob and tube wiring, and next to no insulation. The house is also used by the Personal Support Worker Program to get a feel for home care, complete with furniture, realistic narrow hallways, and my friends, the elderly mannequins. Obviously, in the real world, not all homes are new, and students need to know how to retrofit older homes in our region. In the basement, students get a feel for how the older systems work and compare the efficiency to the newer technology. We had a series of builders come in and build this fully accessible custom home. It has a number of sustainability features built in, everything from a tankless hot water heater to radiant heating. My favorite feature of this house is that we've installed a solar tracker so the building is actually off the grid. The electrical lab's inverter wall behind me features solar inverters, revenue meters, and wind generator inverters. In front of me are solar panels for the students to work with. This wind tunnel is used by the energy students, and it can be used to test different wind turbine blade designs.